My beloved child, I know exactly what you are facing. Even the parts you struggle to explain, even the burdens you carry silently while the world sees only your smile. And I want you to listen carefully now, because you are not misunderstood by me, and you are not navigating this season alone. And I see the pressure you feel when you wake up each day, wondering how you will manage what lies ahead, how you will keep going when answers seem delayed and strength feels limited. And I know there are moments when your heart grows tired of being strong, tired of hoping, tired of believing that things will change, yet still you rise and try again. And that quiet perseverance matters more than you realize, because I see not only your actions, but your intentions, your fears, your prayers, and your longing for peace. And I want you to know that nothing about your situation surprises me. Not the delays, not the struggles, not the confusion. And I am not distant from your pain. I am present within it, walking with you step by step, even when the path feels uncertain. And I know you sometimes question whether you made the right choices, whether one different decision could have changed everything. And those thoughts can weigh heavily on your heart. But listen to me now. Your life is not ruined by one moment, and your future is not destroyed by a season of difficulty, because I am able to redeem what feels broken and to bring purpose even out of disappointment. And I know there are nights when your mind replays conversations, mistakes, and what-ifs, and peace feels far away. But I want you to remember that you do not need to have everything figured out to be held by me, because my care for you is not conditional on your clarity. It rests on my love, which is constant and unchanging. And when you feel overwhelmed by responsibilities and expectations placed on you by others or by yourself, I ask you to pause and breathe, because you were never meant to carry everything alone. And I am inviting you to bring those heavy thoughts to me instead of carrying them into your rest. And I know that fear sometimes whispers to you about the future, about loss, failure, or being left behind. But fear does not have authority over your life, because I am already present in every tomorrow you are afraid of, and nothing will meet you there that I am not already prepared to help you face. And I want you to understand this deeply. Your struggle does not mean you are weak, and your questions do not mean your faith is failing. They mean you are human, and you are growing, and growth often feels uncomfortable before it becomes clear. And even when you feel stuck, I am still working beneath the surface, shaping your character, strengthening your trust, and preparing you for what is ahead. And I know you sometimes compare your journey to others and wonder why your progress feels slower or harder. But comparison steals peace and blinds you to the unique work I am doing in you. Because your path is not meant to look like anyone else's. It is designed with care and intention. And even this season, as heavy as it feels, is not wasted, because I am teaching you to rely on me in deeper ways. And I want you to know that I am not disappointed in you for feeling tired, and I am not frustrated with you for needing reassurance. I am gentle with the weary and patient with those who are learning to trust. And when you feel like you are barely holding on, remember that I am holding you firmly, and you cannot slip from my hands. And even when you cannot see the outcome yet, you can trust my heart toward you, because it is good, and I am guiding you with wisdom and love, not rushing you, not abandoning you, but walking with you through every step. And I want you to rest in this truth now. You are seen, you are understood, and you are deeply loved. And I know exactly what you're facing, and I am with you in it. My beloved child, as you continue listening, I want you to stay close to my voice, because there are layers of your heart that I am gently uncovering, not to expose you or overwhelm you, but to heal you and strengthen you. And I know that what you are facing is not only external circumstances, but an internal battle as well. Thoughts that wrestle within you, questions about your worth, your direction, and whether your efforts truly matter. And I want you to know that I see both the outer struggle and the inner one, and neither is hidden from me. And I know how easy it is for discouragement to quietly grow when progress feels slow, when answers do not come quickly, and when you feel like you are doing everything you can yet still standing in the same place. And in those moments, your heart may whisper, "What is the point?" or "Am I failing?" But listen to me now. Standing still does not mean you are stuck, and waiting does not mean you are forgotten. Because some of the most important work I do in you happens when nothing seems to be changing on the outside. And I know waiting is uncomfortable for you because you long for certainty and direction. But waiting with me is never empty time. It is preparation, it is protection, and it is growth. And I am using this season to teach you how to trust me beyond what you can see, because faith that depends only on visible results will always be fragile. But faith that learns to rest in my character becomes strong and steady. And I know there are moments when you feel pressure to have everything together, to appear confident, to prove that you are capable. But you do not need to impress me, and you do not need to perform to earn my care, because my love for you was settled long before you ever tried to be strong. And I want you to stop carrying the belief that your value is tied to how productive you are or how quickly you overcome difficulties, because your value comes from me alone, and it does not change when you struggle. And I know that sometimes you replay past decisions and wonder whether you chose wrong, whether one mistake has set you back too far. But hear me clearly. I am not limited by your past, and I am not trapped by your mistakes, because I am able to weave even your missteps into a greater story of redemption, wisdom, and growth. And there is no part of your life that I cannot restore or repurpose. And I know there are days when your strength feels thin, when motivation fades, and when even simple tasks feel heavy. And in those moments, you may feel guilty for not being stronger or more grateful. But I am not asking you to deny how you feel. I am asking you to bring it to me, because honesty in my presence leads to healing, not rejection. And I am close to the weary, not distant from them. And when you feel like you are carrying too much, that is not a sign to withdraw from me. It is an invitation to lean closer. And I know that fear sometimes disguises itself as logic, telling you to prepare for the worst, to guard your heart, to stop hoping so you won't be disappointed again. But guarding your heart through fear will only shrink your joy and limit your peace. And I want you to remain open, even when it feels risky, because trust allows my peace to flow freely into your life. And I am not asking you to ignore reality or pretend things are easy. I am asking you to place your reality into my hands, because I am strong enough to carry it. And I know that comparison often creeps into your thoughts, making you question why others seem to move ahead while you feel delayed. But comparison steals clarity and burdens your spirit, because the work I am doing in you is tailored specifically for you, and no one else's timeline can define your calling or your purpose. And I want you to understand that the slow work I am doing in you now is building a depth that quick success could never give you. And one day you will look back and realize that this season taught you patience, humility, compassion, and endurance in ways nothing else could have. And I know you sometimes fear that you will miss what I have planned for you, that you will fail to recognize the right moment or make the right move. But what is meant for you will not slip past you unnoticed, because I am guiding you with care, and I will make the way clear when the time is right. And until then, I ask you to trust my timing more than your understanding, because my timing is shaped by love, not delay. And I want you to release the constant self-judgment that weighs on your heart, because I am not speaking condemnation over you. I am speaking life. And when your inner voice becomes harsh, remember that it is not my voice, because my voice leads with truth, patience, and grace. And as you listen now, let these words settle deeply within you, reminding you that you are not failing, you are growing. You are not forgotten, you are being prepared.
and I am walking with you through every uncertainty, strengthening you in ways you may not yet recognize, but will one day thank me for. And until that clarity comes, remain close, remain honest, and remain trusting, because I know exactly what you're facing, and I am not letting go of you.
My beloved child, as you come to this final part and remain attentive to my voice, I want you to rest in the assurance that nothing you are facing has slipped beyond my understanding or my care, because I know the full weight of what you carry and the silent fears you do not always speak aloud. And I want you to hear this deeply now. You are not walking through this season by accident, and you are not enduring it alone. For I have been with you in every step, even in the moments you felt abandoned or unsure. And I know there are days when you feel emotionally drained, when your strength feels inconsistent, and when your faith feels quieter than you wish it were. But that does not distance you from me. It draws me closer, because I am gentle with the weary and patient with those who are learning to trust. And I see how hard you try to do the right thing, even when the right thing feels difficult. And I see how you continue to care, even when you feel unappreciated. And I see how you continue to hope, even when disappointment has taught you to be cautious. And none of that effort is lost, because I am shaping your heart in ways that will serve you for a lifetime. And I know there are moments when you wonder if you will ever feel fully at peace, if this inner tension will ever settle, if clarity will ever come. And I want you to know that peace is not found when everything becomes perfect. It is found when you trust me enough to rest, even when things are unfinished. And I am inviting you now to stop striving for certainty and instead lean into trust, because certainty demands control, but trust opens the door for my peace to guard your heart. And I know that control has often felt like safety to you, especially when life has surprised you or let you down. But control is exhausting, and I did not create you to live exhausted. I created you to live anchored in my love. And as you release the need to manage every outcome, you make room for my guidance to become clearer. And I know you sometimes fear that letting go means losing everything, but I tell you the truth now. Letting go in my presence leads to freedom, not loss, because what truly belongs to you cannot be taken away, and what is not meant to remain will only burden you if you cling to it. And I am not asking you to detach from life or from responsibility. I am asking you to entrust it to me, because I am faithful and attentive. And I know the path ahead may still look uncertain to you, and there may still be unanswered questions when this message ends. But unanswered questions do not mean unanswered prayers, because I am working in ways you cannot yet see, aligning circumstances, preparing hearts, and guiding outcomes according to my wisdom, not haste. And I know you sometimes feel like time is slipping away, like opportunities are passing you by, but I am not bound by time as you are, and nothing meant for you will miss you, because I am intentional with your life and careful with your calling. And I know you may still feel moments of fear after this, moments of doubt, moments when old thoughts return, but do not be discouraged by that, because growth is not measured by the absence of fear, but by the choice to trust me again and again despite it. And each time you choose trust, even quietly, even imperfectly, your faith grows stronger, and I am proud of that growth, even when you are not aware of it. And I want you to remember that you are allowed to rest, you are allowed to pause, you are allowed to be human, and none of those things separate you from my love. And when you feel overwhelmed again, return to this truth. I know exactly what you are facing, and I am not watching from a distance. I am walking with you through it, and my presence is enough to sustain you, and my love is enough to steady you. And as you move forward from this moment, carry this assurance with you, that you are not forgotten, you are not overlooked, and you are not alone, because I am faithful to finish what I have begun in you. And I will continue to guide you with patience, compassion, and strength. And even when you do not understand the path, you can trust the one who leads you. And I am leading you toward peace, toward growth, and toward a future filled with purpose. And hold on to this as you go. You are deeply loved, fully known, and carefully guided by me. And nothing you are facing is greater than my care for you. And if this message touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe.